Oh, a deer.
Deer. Ah, cute. It very nicely stopped, slowed down for it. That was awesome to see. Sawyer, Merritt. We're hanging out. We are waiting for our Robotaxi.
Yeah.
So,
should be here.
should be here somewhere. So one of the things that we're talking before we went live, one of the things that's weird is that the way the app lays down the pin is strange, because sometimes it's like hard to tell if it's like you're in the right spot. So right now it's having us wait, we think, in this parking lot, and so a white Robotaxi should be showing up. So we'll see. So far, how many rides have you taken so far?
This will be my 10th.
10th ride.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
So you spent $42.10,
yeah.
or whatever. 40. Yeah.
Yeah. That's right.
$42 rather.
Yes.
So thoughts, first reactions.
So I really haven't had any issues. I know some people did. I know Rob had an issue yesterday, but for the most part, I think they've been smooth.
Yeah.
Taken 2 rides today, both have been fine.
Yeah.
Can't complain. Honestly.
Okay.
It's a great service. Honestly.
Yeah. For me, it's like I'm always reminded of like oh, there's an Aston Martin right there. I just realized.
Hell yeah.
Look at that thing. Woo! Aston Martin. I can't believe they actually pulled it off. Wait, is that our car over there? I think that's our car.
Oh.
Sawyer.
All right.
Yeah.
So it's not exactly where it's pinned showed.
Yeah, that's it.
All right.
Okay.
The guy waiting.
So we found it. So yeah, so that this was not where the pin is, where the car stopped. So that's one of the things that we need to be, I guess, mindful of.
Which side do you want?
I can take the
Okay.
other side. Yeah. So here we go. So here's our Robotaxi. How's it going, boss? We meet again.
Yeah, welcome back.
We meet again. Do you need to see my app?
I know.
No, you're good? Okay, perfect. All right, perfect. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and...
Oh, look, there's here.
Oh my God, it's here.
Oh, that was your...
I left this here. Holy mo! You
love
guys,
that.
I lost this thing, and now it came to me like a sign from God. So the Robotaxi gods are smiling upon me. Do you mind holding
Yeah,
this for a
hold it. I
second
got you,
for me? So I'm gonna put in my seatbelt. That is incredible. Okay, this is fate. If there's nothing else, you want to do the honors and
do
start
it.
the ride?
Initiated.
Perfect. Off we go. Yeah. So the pin location. It seems like the pin location is something that they can definitely improve on. I know there were people out there that were having issues with it yesterday. It's not a deal breaker, but it definitely makes it a little confusing as far as like where you're supposed to be, what you're supposed to be doing. So, but outside of that, what other have you run into any issues? Like, do you find that there's anything like that's like a serious concern that you've encountered, Sawyer, or is it?
No, actually, one issue I did have this morning, a couple rides ago, was I held the ride, and then 2 minutes out, the car I think just got stuck there, and I waited maybe 10 minutes, and it said 2 minutes away, and it wasn't at a light, because I looked on Google Maps where it was. Mm-hmm. I think it just pulled off to the side, and I don't know, something lost in translation, so I just canceled the pickup.
Okay.
And then just reinitiated a new one.
Gotcha.
But I also, one thing we discussed in the restaurant just now is that we wish we could select on the map and just drop a pin of where we want it to drop us off.
Yeah.
Right now, you have to specifically type in an address or like a restaurant or something.
Yeah.
You can't just drop a pin, which is too bad.
Yeah. What do you think? So today's still $4.20 is what I'm noticing. I know yesterday all day they launched at $4.20 flat fee. As we go over a speed bump here real nicely, these weird Austin speed bumps that make no sense, like cut out in the middle for probably for bikes, honestly. But how come they don't get a speed bump? How come cars get a speed bump but not bikes, right?
Good point.
What the heck is that? How do you think they're going to launch like the actual pricing model? Do you think that they're going to do, do you think it's going to be as expensive as Waymo? You think it's going to be cheaper? Like, do we have any clues out there that tells us what's going to happen?
I feel like it's going to be, Waymo costs a lot more. I think Teslas will be cheaper naturally. The $4.20 price, I think that's just sort of it's a joke. It's just the Tesla payment system.
Yeah.
That's what we've been told. So,
yeah.
It'll definitely be more than that. Whether it's gonna be interesting, like, do they charge per mile? How do they do it? How do they set it up?
Yeah.
And how long are they going to keep potentially a flat rate? Do they change it to dynamic pricing per mile, whatever?
Yeah.
I imagine they will relatively soon once they nail down the payment system stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I've had no issues on the payment side. Like,
Me neither.
Seamless.
Yeah. It's been very straightforward. I do like, we have a bag on the road. Let's see how it does this.
Oh.
There was a shopping bag, and it's just going to run over it. Fantastic. It was an empty shopping bag. It was one of those HEB reusable ones, I think it was, like the green ones. And then, yeah, it just kept going. So that was cool. That was very cool to see. Yesterday, we saw the car behave in the parking lot. There was one of those, like, signs, like the little triangle signs that like fold up. And it collapsed because of the wind, and it like maneuvered around the collapsed sign on the ground. So that was cool to see too. So nice. I think there's just no drama, I feel like.
Well, I was saying to someone yesterday, if things go really well today, it would have been really boring. The whole day for everybody.
Yes. Yeah.
Boring is good.
Boring is very good. And that's one of those things that I think it's going to help really the adoption of the technology. Is the more boring it feels, the more people will use it, because it just comes down to a service that will lower the cost of transportation, and it will improve the how convenient it is to get from point A to point B, right?
Yeah.
And that is boring by design, because for people to take advantage of a service like that, everything just has to be taken care of for you. Like, you don't have to worry about it. You can say, oh, yeah, I'm just going to get to the airport for like half the price of Uber or whatever, right? So that's where it gets really, really fun to watch them go through their process.
I think what the average rider is really going to like is the seamless integration between the Tesla app and the in-car experience on the screen. Because all your stuff's logged in automatically. Your music, your Netflix. I noticed that. I clicked on Netflix. It was already had my multiple accounts I can choose from.
Oh, really?
Yeah, literally.
Wow. Okay. Oh, so
I didn't have to sign in or do anything. It was automatic because of my Tesla Cloud profile. It just knew.
That's awesome. So here we got a police car with his lights on, or her lights on. We got another one up there. So the car proceeded very carefully around these emergency vehicles.
Yep.
So that was pretty good behavior. They weren't really blocking the road or nothing, but wow, okay. So that was very good to see. Just very carefully proceeded. So your Netflix algorithm it was literally your account on Netflix.
Yep.
So you didn't have to log back in.
No.
In the car. It brought your cloud login to the car
automatically.
And
I imagine when you leave the car, it probably signs out and just or resets for the next person. But I got to confirm that.
So I think when anytime we end the ride, the back screen says we've logged you out of all your accounts, if I remember correctly.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna look out for that then.
Yeah. Let's see what happens.
I've done 9 rides and I haven't noticed that.
Because you're so taken aback by the technology.
I know.
All right, top 3 things the top 3 most surprising things you have experienced so far. Could be positive or negative, just the most surprising.
Okay, one is the first thing was that seamless integration with the apps. That makes everything super simple. Wasn't expecting that. Second thing is when it drops me off in parking lots, I'm pretty sure it just does the 3-point turns on its own. I've noticed that. I've done 3 rides yesterday where I went into a parking lot, dropped me off, I got out, and then it did a 3-point turn, I think on its own, and it just left. That's great.
Yeah.
Third thing, the nighttime rides are just as smooth as the daytime rides. It didn't seem to matter at all.
So talk more about that. So what did you experience? Like what was the experience like riding at night?
I mean, really no different. For anyone that's used FSD at night, it behaves very similarly to how it does during the day, and that's how it felt last night. I just did a lone ride all the way to Popeyes, like 14-minute ride I think it was.
Yeah.
And it handled everything perfectly. Traffic, I think even one car slowed down where it wasn't supposed to, and it went around it. No difference.
Wow.
That's what you want, right? Everything to be seamless.
So no degraded performance, no weird behavior.
No,
literally just it drove at night like it drove during the day.
No. One thing I did notice is in a 30 mile per hour zone, it went up to I think 34, 35, but most of the humans around us were doing that.
Okay, sure.
So I don't know if it's just I'm fine with that. I know some people will complain about that, but
yeah.
Because that's how I drive. I'm not like exactly what the speed limit is all the time. There's some offset,
Yeah.
Even when I use FSD.
For sure. I'm curious to see how it does in the rain. That's I think I'm curious to see if we'll get some rain in the forecast, because if we do here in the coming days, I'm definitely going to come down for that and experience it, because if they do have it, the service, if they do offer the service when it rains.
We had a little bit of rain yesterday, but I don't think anyone was riding when it was raining.
Yeah, I think they launched it right after it stopped raining.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I remember correctly, it was like literally at 2 on the dot. Service went live and started riding the cars. Yeah, man. Like, I can't, like...
For people who haven't experienced these rides yet, I encourage you to, like, especially if you're a content creator, just take one ride, don't film anything, just go alone. And just soak it all in yourself, because it is pretty wild. Just be in the back seat, no one in the driver's seat, and just understand, like, wow, these things are actually here now.
Yeah. I feel like it's so hard to communicate this on camera. You know, it was hard enough to communicate all the nuances of FSD, being behind the steering wheel and pedal, but like actually riding in the car and no one being in the driver's seat is take this thing to a whole different level.
Yeah.
For me, at least, it's just like it happened. It happened. Like, it happened. It's official. It happened. We have our safety rider friend here, at least for now. And then, you know, once the safety riders are no longer there, and people fully, like, I want to make sure that it comes across fully on the video here. The car is driving itself. There is no, our friend is not doing any inputs. It's very obvious that the car is doing all the driving. There's nobody remotely with a steering wheel. That's what I saw yesterday from some of these Tesla Q folks. Oh my God, they have a steering wheel at the mothership. It's obvious that someone's remotely driving it. Guys, it's impossible. The car is driving too good, too smoothly for someone to be driving this remotely. It's impossible.
Yeah.
Like, it just will not be that smooth, because there's going to be a little bit of a lag between the car and if someone was driving it in the mothership. And the way the car reacts to the smallest little nuance makes it completely obvious. I can't even believe I have to explain myself, but I feel like it's important, because as this technology becomes more mainstream and more people that might not be familiar with the story or the company get exposed to this, the car is driving itself and there's nobody in the driver's seat, and it's very smooth and it's very comfortable, and it's very hard to describe how confidence inspiring that is unless you're in the car, you know? And if you're in Austin and they start getting the app available to more people, like Sawyer said, like, for content creators, definitely come down if you can, if you have access to it. But even for the general public, even to just get ridden around in a Waymo, you know? Did you have a chance to ride in a Waymo while you were down here?
I did 3 Ubers yesterday. I attempted to get in a Waymo, but haven't been able to do it yet, unfortunately.
So can we talk about that for a second? Doesn't that prove that Waymo's approach to this thing is broken? Like, why are you giving your car that's clearly superior product to a regular Uber? Why are you not allowing people to hail your car?
Well, it certainly proves that their fleet is still relatively small. I mean, so is Tesla's, let's be honest, but we're still in an early access program. But you can easily see Tesla can just pop a ton of these things out of Gigataxis and send them on their way. Not so with Waymo. They don't make the Jaguar I-Pace anymore.
Yeah.
And now they're just waiting for the 6th generation Zeekr vehicle to come, but that's not ready yet. So there's only so many Waymos that they can put out on the road right now.
Yeah. And so they need the network effects for them to actually be able to get their cars utilized. But the issue is that if you're somebody who wants to experience a self-driving car, or who wants the benefit of having the privacy and having the superior dynamics and having the safety when it comes to outside of Tesla. I mean, I know Tesla's early, but once the scale is there, that seems to be one of Tesla's core competitive advantages, is that they're going to be able to offer their own service with just self-driving vehicles, because they have the scale, because they can make thousands of cars a day and plop them into the network if they really wanted to, instead of selling them and having them available for people to ride.
I mean, they're the only Robotaxi operator now in the U.S. that makes their own cars. I mean, Zoox maybe, but they're not. Their new production facility at max will be able to do 10,000 cars a year, and that's nothing compared to Gigataxis.
Yeah. Man. So cool. It's like normal now already. It's like Robotaxi's been out for a day. It's normal.
Set in.
Yeah, it's set in. It's like, all right, this is what life's like. So we just went over a bump here, and the car very nicely went over it, very smoothly. We're going to the disc golf. Oh, that was nice. That was a nice little ditch in the road.
Hell yeah.
I felt like I was going to jump there.
Oh, a deer.
Deer. Ah, cute. It very nicely slowed down for it. That was awesome to see. We have another speed bump over here. And boop, boop. Very
That might have been the first animal encounter with the Tesla Robotaxi, at least since yesterday.
I'm gonna lead the video with that, with the deer running across. That's gonna be the introduction. Interesting. Okay, so we're breaking records here. We just saw a deer. Okay, and then we got about 2 minutes left on our trip. We just got a little ding that says make sure to gather your belongings here. Let me show you on the screen.
And I'm gonna look out for that sign out message that you mentioned.
Yeah. So make sure to gather your belongings. Sorry, the wire's like all over the place here. And then we're just gonna watch the car just go to its destination.
I'm curious to see how the front seat moves once we open the doors.
Yeah. And it also now gives us the option to drop me off now. It looks like it does this about 0.3 miles, 0.2 miles away from the destination, which is interesting to see.
Yeah, I tried that yesterday.
Yeah, we did it yesterday too, and we put the car in a weird situation.
It loses your final destination, so you can't restart the ride. So you have to call live support.
Yeah. So I'm sure that's something that'll get fixed here in a little bit.
This is interesting.
We're going to a construction site, y'all. We're gonna put our hard hats on and we're gonna get some work done. Hopefully we can find some shade. Parking lot. It's making a right. I wonder if it's going to park. I think it's just going to find a spot to drop us off. All right, and we have arrived. Perfect. There you go. Please exit safely. Thank you for riding Robotaxi. All information will be cleared for your privacy and security.
There we go.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you, boss.
Thanks, guys.
Have a good one, man.
Thank
you again. Thank you for keeping my phone holder safe.
Oh, you can thank Dave Lee for that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he had it right before you.
Dave had it?
Yeah,
oh,
he just left it there.
he's a saint.
Yeah.
He's fantastic.
Definitely.
All right, man. Take it easy, brother. Thank you. Oh. All right. And there's Robotaxi. And he's going to go bye-bye any second. There's a decal in the back. Robotaxi.
Tesla's gonna sell so many of those in the shop.
So many. So many. Robotaxi. Off he goes. Goodbye. Boring.
Boring.
Right?
Perfectly boring.
Yeah. I think that's the takeaway. It's just boring. And I feel like that's the best possible adjective, like we were talking about before. It's just boring. So any parting thoughts?
I'm glad that we finally got an animal encounter. I was waiting for. I was like, there's no way it's going to happen in Austin, but
yeah,
I'm glad we got that.
We did it.
It was a far away deer, but it recognized that it slowed down because it saw it was in the middle of the road and it waited for it to cross.
Yeah.
What more could you want?
It's great. Awesome.
Perfectly boring. That's the phrase right there.
Yes, sir. Where can people find you, Sawyer?
At Sawyer Merritt on X. Find me there.
What about the GigaCast? I didn't hear about this GigaCast
You
thing.
can find us at the GigaCast on YouTube.
Yes.
I have my own YouTube channel actually too, at Sawyer Merritt. So Real Sawyer Merritt. So you can find me there too. I'll probably post some of my rides from today on my YouTube channel as well. So
perfect.
You can find me wherever.
Awesome. Make sure you check them out. And we're going to get our Robotaxi back so that we don't die in this heat. All right. Bye-bye.